Good morning, students. Today we will do something that you all already know, but still I will teach you all, and I'll give you all notes so you remember how you have to write your letter point by point. We start with letter writing. I will be doing letter writing today, and we start with the informal letter. Now, what is an informal letter? An informal letter is a letter whom you write to someone whom you know well, someone who you can say your friend, your family member, someone who is well known to you. Yes, you don't have to use any formality. You can just say hi, hello at any time. Such a person you will write an informal letter. Now the main points that are there that you have to remember in the letter is, the first thing is the heading. Yes, the heading, in the heading you write the address, that is your address. You are writing the letter, so you will write your address or the writer's address. Whoever is writing the letter, that person's address. And the address shouldn't be the full address in one line. It should be divided line by line. Like, see the example that I've given you. You first have the name of the building, then the road, then the area, then you have which city you are in. Okay, now here it's very important, and last you have the date. Here it's very important that your address, everything, the beginning of your address as well as the date should be in the same line. It shouldn't be aage piche, it should be in one line. Like all the, like if you look at the address that I have written, the letter 2, K, B, B, all these are in one line, one under the other. Clear? So that's the way it should be, and even the date should be under the address over there. It shouldn't be somewhere towards the right or towards the left. It should be almost touching the margin. You have your red margin, so it should be on your left hand side. In fact, now the whole letter, everything in your letter will be from starting from your left hand side. Now moving on to the next, that is the salutation or the greeting. Now this is the way you wish the person. Okay, if he's your very good friend, you can say hi, you can say hello, you can say dear, anything. And this also starts from the left hand side, and you have to remember to use a comma after your salutation, and then you will leave a line. You remember, even after your address you leave a line. After that comes your salutation or your greeting. Next we move on to the body or the main part of your letter. Now generally if you're writing for an informal letter, you will be writing in detail what you want to tell. Yes, maybe you want to tell a lot of things. You all went for a holiday, what did you do over there, how you enjoyed over there, what you saw. So you are going to write your things in detail. Now for that, you don't write everything in one para. You will divide it into 2 or 3 paras depending on how much you are writing. So you always start with whatever you say your greetings to the person, like say hello auntie, how are you, how is uncle, I hope you all are in good health, I am also well over here. We had gone for a holiday and I want to tell you about my experience over there or what we saw over there. And that will be your first para. Second para will be your experience, what you enjoyed. Maybe your third para also, if you enjoyed a lot, you may have lots to say, so you will write that even in your third para. And the last para will be your ending, like I just hope that you all also were there with me. It is so sad that uncle couldn't come, or you all couldn't come because uncle was sick. Okay, and I hope that the next time we go out, we can all go out together. Hoping to see you all soon. That will be your ending. Clear? Okay. Now here, each and every para starts from the margin, and you will leave a line after each and every para. Clear? So even after your address, you leave a line. After your dear uncle, whatever, you leave a line. You have your body, and in the body itself, each para you will leave a line. And it starts from the left hand side of your letter that's near the margin. Clear? Okay. Next we have the subscription or the complimentary clause. Now this is also it's a courteous way, yes, of taking leave, that okay, now I am going to leave. So you will generally say your lovingly, your truly, your affectionately, yours and yours only, if you're writing to someone whom you love. Okay, so and then under that you leave 2 or 3 lines generally, and then you have the signature. So for the signature you will have leave 3 lines after your subscription. Leave 2 3 lines, write your name, whatever your name is, write your name, and you will sign above the name that you have written. Like supposing I write my name Janice Furtado, and above that I will sign over there. Clear? So all this, everything will be on the left hand side of your page, almost touching the margin. Don't leave space from the margin also. Clear? So your whole letter here, that is your formal informal letter, is clear. Now we have another point over here, that is sometimes you have finished writing your letter but you want the person to remember something. Maybe you wrote to your uncle to tell him to bring you a gift, or what gift to bring for your birthday that's coming in the next week, correct? So you are just making a small reminder for him at the end. Okay, that's called postscript. When you're writing something in short, right at the end, it's this is always and always at the end of the letter. You can have a postscript even end of a note. Okay, so this you will write it in short, whatever you want, why you told him to write, and it's written exactly like this: PS, P full stop, S full stop in capital, P and S in capital. Okay, and then you write whatever, like please come next week for my birthday, or don't forget my gift, or I love you very much, whatever. Clear? And you give a small initial. Now, what is initial? That is a short form of your signature, not your whole signature. It is the short form of your signature. Clear? So that will be written at the after that. Going to the next, you have your Going to the next, you have your superscription. Now, superscription is not inside your letter, it is outside your letter. That is the cover, your envelope. What you write on your envelope is called your superscription. Okay, so what do you write on your envelope? Generally you write the name, like if writing to a man, Mr. Abhay Singhal. Okay, and then you will write the address also line by line. Clear? And you will post it, and this completes your informal letter. Now we go on to the format of a formal letter. Now what is a formal letter in the first place? A formal letter is when you write to someone whom you are not very familiar with. You may or may not know the person, or maybe even if you know the person is in a position which is above you, correct? Or who holds a formal position. Like, see, for example, you know your principal, but he's not your friend. You know him. It's not that you don't know him, but you cannot say hi, hello to your principal. So you have to be formal when you're speaking to him, when you're addressing him. So yes, so that's the reason you wish your teachers. You are not going to say hi, hello to your teachers, correct? So when you're writing to such a person who holds some position, okay, and you are writing a letter generally, not just to say hi, hello principal, how are you, but you're writing for a reason. Maybe you want leave, you have to go to your village. Yes, so you are asking for permission for leave. That's when you will be writing to your principal. This sort of a letter is called a formal letter, and it is for official purposes, not just for like asking the person how he is or telling the person what you experienced. That will be only in your informal letter. Here in a formal letter you will be writing for the purpose, for some reason, for some purpose, and your letters will always be filed because they are formal letters. They will be kept as a record. Clear? So that's the reason it needs to be written in a formal language. No using hi, hello. You have to use respectful words, or the words that you write. Your language should be respectful. Even if you're angry about something, maybe you're complaining. Your letter is a letter of complaint, but then there shouldn't be any words which are not good, which are not pleasant to listen to. You should talk or write to the point. Your letter also shouldn't be very long. Like in your informal letter, you can write 2 or 3 paragraphs, write even 4 paragraphs. But in a formal letter, generally you write a short letter. Maybe just your paragraphs may be there, 2 or 3, but it should be short. Because the first para will naturally be your introduction, okay, and your whole problem, and the last para is telling the person to do something about it. Clear? So let's go. The first thing is your heading. It's the same like what you had in your informal letter. It's exactly the same. This is different. Here you have the receiver's address. Now receiver's address, whom you are writing to. Now this always starts with the word to, and after that you will have like whom you are writing, the position of the person, whether the person is a manager of a bank, whether the person is a principal of a school, whether he is the head of the post office in charge. Yes, so the all this will be after to, under the word to, and after that you will have the address. Like if you're writing to the post office by Girgaon East, and the name of the street. No need of writing every detail. You just write so that they know which post office you are writing to. So maybe you are writing Girgaon post office, maybe and the Bombay number. That's it. Clear? So all this also starts from the left hand side of your page. So you have to remember, you write this also on the left hand side of your page. I've given you examples like see to the manager, to the editor. Yes, all this will be all on the left hand side. And then you have the name, like to the manager, Canara Bank, to the editor, Bank Times of India. Clear? So, and then you have the address. Okay, here when you write the Times of India, just make the T, Times, capital, T capital, T, okay. Now, after this you will leave a line and you will have the subject. Now, what is subject? The main point of your letter, the reason why you have written the letter, you will write it in short. This also starts from your margin. Now, why do you need to write this in a formal letter? The reason being, like if you're making a complaint, say to the MSCB, they may be receiving so many complaints, they don't have time to sit and read the detail of every letter. They may just throw your letter on in the dump. Yes, so for that you have this, the just a main point of what you are writing your letter for, so that it becomes easy for them to sort your letter. Yes, so if it's important, something urgent, like your power has been cut totally, so that will be something they will deal with fast. Maybe they've got a light bill which is exceeding the regular amount. They will not deal with it so urgently. You have your power, so they may not deal with it so urgently. So this main point of yours, what you write on top, is very, very important. Now, one thing that students make a mistake, supposing in the question, write a letter to the editor complaining about the street lights not working in your area. Okay, that is the question. Now, what children generally do? Subject, complaining to the editor about street lights not working in your area. Now, is the lights not working in the editor's area? No, it's not working in your area. So you will not, and you are not going to write so much. You will say street lights not working in my area. That's it. Street lights not working in my area. If you want to specify, say 7 bungalows or Bay Lovely, that's it. Nothing else. Only this much will be your main point. Clear? Don't just copy paste what is in the question. Use a little common sense. It's street lights are not. If you say your area means the editor's area, are you talking of the editor's area? So why are you telling him? Your area in where you are living, the light is not working. So you have to say my area. Clear? Okay. Now this can be written in two ways. You can write the whole word subject, or you can just write SUBJ, but it should be followed by a colon. Yes. Now, and then you write whatever you want to write. I've given you examples for this: application for the post of clerk, street lights not functioning, application for a loan, application for leave. After this again you will leave a line. Next you have the same thing as you have in your informal letter, the greeting or the salutation. Yes? Are you provided? Yes. So the greeting or salutation is here you will not say my darling or hi or hello. You have to use respective words like dear sir, dear madam. If you know the name of the person, you will say mention his name. Clear? And then you will leave a line before you go on to the main body of the letter. Now the main body is the same. Only thing you have to remember is that the reason you've written your letter, that should be in the first paragraph itself. And your main body also starts from your left hand side. Yes. So the main content should not be too long. It should be very short and to the point. Next we have the subscription or the complimentary clause, that is the same like you have in your informal letter. Only see here, there you could write your loving, your affectionate. Here you don't write that. You write only yours sincerely or yours faithfully. Now last is your signature, which is the same as you had in your informal letter. Moving on to the postscript also is the same. Okay, now here's as your informal letter, we go to the superscription. Here there is an extra point where you see the examples that I have given you is Mr., Miss, Mrs., Ms., Master and Messrs. Now what is MS? MS is, Mr. is for someone who is generally married or a man. Miss is someone who is not married. Mrs. is someone who is married. Ms. 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 is someone who may be married or not married and you are not sure. Yes, for a lady, but you're not sure, or maybe she doesn't want to show that she's married. That's when you write MS, that's Ms. And master is for someone, a man who is not married. Yes. And last one is Messrs over here. This is extra which you don't have in your informal letter. This is because this is generally a group of people who have formed a company. It's not just one single person. When you talk about Miss, Mr., Miss, Mrs., Ms., Master, the Master, these are all a single person. Well, as you are talking of Messrs, it is a group of persons who have come together to form a company. Like a chartered accountant company where you have 2-3 partners running one company. Clear? Okay. So, your letters are clear. Now next time you write this in your grammar notebook. Next time I will give you an example of both the formal and an informal letter. And then also homework to write both the letters. Okay, thank you. Please do write this and go through this once again. If you want, watch the video once again. So when you are writing your homework, you write it in the proper manner. Clear, especially the part of your subject, that's where everyone makes a mistake. And I'm repeating it again that your whole letter, whether it is formal or informal, every part of your letter starts from the left hand side corner of your page. That's almost touching the margin. Clear? Thank you.